to talk about how the NLP technique, mirroring and matching, can actually be really beneficial if you are trying to generate leads and close those sales. Now, mirroring and matching is something which is part and parcel of building a rapport. We said in a previous video that building a rapport is really the state of unconscious responsiveness where you are trying to connect with the unconscious part of a client's mind, which is going to be the main driver in all of the central and key decisions that they will make with regards to a product. But there is obviously a process involved in that. And with mirroring and matching, the use of specific questioning techniques will actually help you to, to get more of a connection, more of a rapport with the individual client, because you're trying to, suggest things. You're using suggestibility within your questioning technique to be able to get them to match your way of thinking, match what you're trying to say to them, so it resonates with them quite deeply. So with mirroring and matching, I just wanted to give you 3 specific question types that will help you to build that all-important rapport. Now, the first one is open questions. Now, if I was to use an open question within a sales context, I would say something like, well, hi there, Jane or Sid. How would you feel if you could have your first car? How would you feel if I gave you maybe an hour's free coaching in looking at your limiting beliefs? How would you feel if you can work towards your financial targets and be mortgage free and financially independent? So the use of how with the open questions is essentially giving you the opportunity to open up the communication channel, open up the pathway to the client, and putting in some suggestions in a very open format. So you're suggesting something to them. Now it's for them to connect with their conscious mind, their subconscious mind, and the unconscious mind in terms of, well, how can we relate to that? What does it say to us? And again, what may happen is that you're going to suggest something to them in that open question. They're going to start thinking, oh, I've always wanted to be mortgage free. I've always wanted to be financially independent. I've always wanted a brand new car, Mercedes, Audi, whatever it might be. And so it's really important that you allow them a little bit of time for your suggestion in your open question to transfer itself through a pathway into, from what they can perceive, into their unconscious mind. So start thinking about using open questions with how. Now, the next question, the next question type, which is really important, where what you're trying to do now is starting off with the top of the funnel, where it's quite broad, and now you're narrowing it down, leading obviously into a situation where you want to be able to get that client on board and to close that sale. So with position questions, they normally start with, say, WH words like where, which, what, for example, or maybe even how. And the ending will finish off with specifically. So just imagine an utterance where you start off with, say, which, and then you're going to end it with specifically. Okay? Now, I can give you an example of how you can use a position question. So you could say something like, too expensive, is it? What specifically is expensive about this? Or you could say something like, too expensive, is it? Compared to what specifically? Okay, so I'm using the what, and then I'm using specifically right at the end. So that's one way of trying to funnel it down a little bit more, so you're getting more into the unconscious mind of how that person is thinking. Because the idea is obviously to try to release as many barriers as possible in the client's mind, which is preventing them from working with you from that all important agreement, understanding, purchase, sale, etc., etc. So have a think about precision questions. And the last question type for mirroring and matching and rapport building is asking closed questions. Now, closed questions always end with two options, either a yes or a no. So, I mean, obviously the most common one you could say is, okay, after everything I've discussed with you, would you like to go ahead with the sale? Now, that would be an ideal question, but that's something you'll ask towards the end once you've used all of your powers of suggestibility in your questioning techniques to get their unconscious mind on board, okay? But you're not quite there yet. So something like, by the way, Jane, this product comes with a 5-year guarantee. Now that's good, isn't it? Now the bit of the end, isn't it, is really makes it into a tag question. So you're starting off with a statement, then you're ending with isn't it, which turns the whole thing into a tag question. And that's absolutely perfect for when you're reaching towards the bottom of that funnel, that spout bit, where you hopefully they're going to come out the other end as one of your paying clients. So think about using closed questions, okay? So in this video, we looked at how you can generate more leads and sales using the NLP technique of mirroring and matching with 3 question types: open, precision, and closed. I'm giving you some examples as well. So hopefully you found this video helpful.